What's in the box?
Go, go!
20th Century Fox transforms the motion picture screen into Planet of the Apes.
It shouldn't have worked. A movie where Charlton Heston dukes it out with talking monkeys who have taken over the world sounds ridiculous on paper. But on film, Planet of the Apes became one of the top 10 hits of 1968 and one of the greatest science fiction franchises of all time, pumping out a new sequel each year from 1970 up until 1973, when the fifth installment, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, ended up being the lowest grossing movie in the franchise. For a long time, it was seen by critics and audiences as the worst movie to bear the Planet of the Apes name. Well, until Tim Burton proved us all dreadfully wrong. So now that a rebooted Apes franchise is about to release its latest installment, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, let's all boogie back in time to 1973, back when they used makeup instead of motion capture, and nobody in the cast had to worry about the consequences of shooting their mouth off to Playboy about the Jews controlling Hollywood. Ah, those was the days. For those of you unfamiliar with what's happened in the original franchise up to this point, not to worry, because Battle opens up in the year 2670, where the legendary John Huston catches us up on what's happened. Then we cut to the aftermath of the fourth movie, where an unsteady peace has been made between the conquering apes and the surviving humans. Leading the apes is Caesar, played by the same actor who played his father Cornelius in the previous movies, Roddy McDowall. Though the humans are not necessarily the slaves of the apes, they still don't have rights equal to those of their masters because, as we know, humans used to be real dicks to the apes, a fact which really peeves off Caesar's human assistant MacDonald, played by Austin Stoker, known to us John Carpenter fans as Lieutenant Bishop from Assault on Precinct 13. MacDonald wants to prove to Caesar that humans aren't the only ones capable of evil, so he tells Caesar about some footage of the parents he never knew, Zira and Cornelius, which will tell Caesar who started the war between apes and humans and survives in the ruins of the Forbidden City that was destroyed by a nuclear bomb. Caesar and MacDonald venture into the radioactive ruins of the city with the help of the brainy orangutan Virgil, played by singer-songwriter Paul Williams. Paul Williams. You gotta love any guy who's not only played an ape and a penguin, but also written songs with the Muppets and Daft Punk. Now that's what I call a career. The three soon find out, though, that the ruins of the city haven't been abandoned after all, as they're populated by a gang of mutants who really don't look very mutated. I mean, compared to the mutants from the second movie, these guys look like a goddamn Cosmopolitan cover, but fuck it. The mutants shoot off the intruders before they get to finish the archive tapes. Culp, a surviving character from the last movie who's now leading the mutants, is convinced that the apes have come to finish them off, and decides to break the mutants' 12-year exile to wage some war.
Why, Governor? So that we can exterminate them.
Speaking of war, it turns out that the original war that led to the Planet of the Apes was waged by the gorillas, who in this world are led by the brash and rebellious General Aldo, played by Claude Akins.
Apes shall never kill apes.
Shall apes ever kill man?
And as it turns out, Caesar has a reason to be wary of Aldo, who really is working with the gorillas to rid the world of humans and break the rules established in Ape City.
We will smash the humans, and then we will smash Caesar!
So Caesar tries in vain to prevent these two potential wars and protect his family before it all eventually comes to a head.
Now fight like apes!
So to me, all of this begs the question, why is this movie seen as being so bad? I mean, sure, the plot's a bit melodramatic, the action scenes are drawn out a bit too long, and the production values are very cheap compared to the previous installments. But I really don't see why this gets a 5.5 on IMDb and the Burton remake gets a 5.7. I mean, really? The dialogue is intelligent, the story is an interesting variation on the standard apes versus humans conflict that all these movies are based around, and Roddy McDowall carries the movie magnificently. He does a great job as usual, especially considering he has to act through so many layers of makeup. Maybe it's because for fans of this franchise, there was nothing here that they hadn't seen before, and since this was billed as the last movie, they must have been expecting something epic. But instead, you get 12 or 13 mutants against a million apes. Yeah, not much of an epic battle, I agree. But I ran along with it just fine. Not to mention that there are some good performances from Paul Williams and Claude Akins. So even though I am a Planet of the Apes novice who's only seen the original and bits and pieces of the sequels, I think Battle for the Planet of the Apes is a solid entertainment, if not the epic finale this series probably deserved. So if fans out there think this is the worst of the bunch, hey, I understand. I just don't want you guys going ape shit on me! Well, that was awkward. So how about we have a drink? Play along at home with another installment of the awfully good drinking game. Take a shot or drink every time they repeat the line or a variation of the line,
Ape shall never kill me.
the pet squirrel of Caesar's son is mentioned or figures into the plot.
What will you bring me back?
What would you like?
More nuts for my squirrel.
Because Rise of the Planet of the Squirrels doesn't seem like a good idea for a franchise. You see a shot of a treehouse exploding. General Aldo demands
Guns! 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 Guns!
We see the mutant school bus enter into frame. Seriously, you're gonna wage war in a school bus? Is Lord Humongous gonna turn out to be Mrs. Crabtree when you take off his mask? And take a double shot when you find out where John Landis is in this flick. Yeah, the John Landis is one of the extras in this flick, and I personally could not find him. If you can, feel free to reward yourself. And on the nudity watch, oh man, there's so much tits and vag that it's just, oh, of course there's no nudity in this movie. It's rated PG. Just watch Playmate of the Apes instead, you sick bastards. On the enjoyableness continuum scale from Bull to Bruce, Battle for the Planet of the Apes evolves its way up to a decent 7 out of 10. These apes are neither damn, nor are they dirty. I'm Jesse Shade signing off for JoeBlow.com, and seriously, this gets a 5.5, but X-Men Origins gets a 6.7? God, just let the apes take over. As far as I'm concerned, humanity is doomed.
Joe Blow, he sure likes to drink a lot. Joe Blow watches movie like the hero man. Joe Blow, he's...
Are you a fan of Joe Blow? If not, you should be. Click below to subscribe to one of the best channels around, and click one of the other links to check out some other great videos from the Joe Blow Movie Network. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our exclusive videos that you won't find anywhere else. Or subscribe to watch the latest movie trailers as they become available. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the movies.